One terrible problem almost all parents face is the anger or aggression of the child. This anger is seen in many forms. The child switching from normal to extreme anger suddenly, like getting triggered, arguing back with equal force or anger, shouting or screaming at parents, banging doors, throwing or breaking things, saying abusive words, threatening to be violent, hurting themselves, like punching the walls, in some cases actually pushing or hitting the parents. It's such a devastating thing for a parent to witness. This anger can be seen at any stage, as early as 2 to 3 years of age, but it's most commonly seen when your cute little child transitions into this weird, unpredictable creature called a teenager. We are going to focus on the angry teenager today. What are the causes of their anger? I'll tell you 3 big ones. First, the child's biology in adolescence, that is an overexcited yet underdeveloped brain. Second, the child's psychology, that is irrational thoughts, expectations and interpretations. Third, parents' behavior towards them, that is the unwise and negative behaviors. This is not an exhaustive list. The first one, biology, is not my area. It can be tinkered with through psychiatric medication. I deal with second and third. So, when a child becomes angry at you, the first question that we need to ask is, where is the mistake? Is it in second cause, the child's psychology, or the third cause, parents' behavior? I don't have actual data on this, but in my observation and clinical experience, when a child is angry at parents, majority of the times, some mistake is definitely located in parents' behavior, which means that child's anger is often justified or let's say understandable. But then there are other times, of course, when parents have done nothing wrong and the mistake is totally in child's psychology. Usually that mistake is negative or irrational interpretations of the situation. Sometimes they're just displacing their frustration from something else onto the parents. So the common sense says, whoever is making the mistake, that person must change. This implies that as a parent, you need to both work on your behavior and the child's psychology. And I recommend start with yourself. So what are the ways in which parents are making mistakes? Parents show all kinds of negative behaviors consistently. Some examples: beating the children, having angry outbursts on the children, using sarcastic or derogatory comments, using a negative or disrespectful tone, criticizing or labeling their personality, ability, intentions, comparing them with siblings, friends, yourself, excessive nagging, micromanaging their life and daily routine, saying no for too many things or being too strict, trying to change too many things about them, etc. If you do any of these things on a continual basis, how do you think a child will react? Really, think about this. What are you really expecting here? Hello beta, I'll just keep poking you with one thing or another, but you stay calm and talk to me nicely. Do you think this is possible? You as a parent are doing so many things which will be annoying for anybody. No one else in the world would put up with that nonsense. But you're constantly dishing it out to your children. And to make things worse, the children can't even leave you. They often wish they could just run away from all this negativity, but they can't. They're children. They're dependent on you. They have to live with you. Or I should say, be stuck with you. So you have a child who feels disrespected repeatedly and who cannot leave. Of course, they'll be angry inside. Now, are you expecting that since you're the parent, since you're the elder one, since you're the authority, they should stay respectful and not express their anger towards you? Do you think you can keep them quiet when they are burning inside? Is that your ideal scenario? Show me respect even though you are hating me inside right now. If that's your goal, how would you achieve this? How would you suppress them? The obvious answer is through fear and intimidation. Parents do this all the time. Some succeed too, but only temporarily and with a lot of side effects. See, when children are younger, like before puberty, it's easier to intimidate them. They fear you, so they suppress their reactions. Instead of showing anger, they cry. But as they grow up, the fear starts subsiding. They start to feel like an adult inside. And by now, they've seen all your tricks. They've survived all your threats, and they now realize that your threats are mostly empty. In fact, they begin to see your weaknesses too. They know you worry so much about them. They know that you're anxious about your reputation as parents. They know your dreams lie in their hands. They have seen your behavior from every angle, and you have become predictable. So remember this. In their mind, you're not this looming authority figure who they should fear. Not anymore. You're just this imperfect mortal being who they know they can fight with and nothing much will happen. So why would they hold their anger? Of course they'll talk back. Of course they'll shout. Of course they'll throw tantrums. And that's what shocks parents when it starts. What happened to my cute kid? She used to be so peaceful and obedient. Why is she so angry suddenly? Well, nothing happened suddenly. The child was annoyed with you for years. It's just that they've just gotten the courage to say it out loud. So, what should you do? A. You can keep making your own mistakes and use domination and fear to force them into being nice and calm. Well, good luck with that. B. Reduce your mistakes so that your behavior doesn't make the child angry in the first place. Here I would like to assure you, if you end your mistakes completely, majority of the incidents where your child shows anger will just disappear. The problem will shrink dramatically. The whole environment of the house will change. I just want to point out that this won't be a complete solution because your child's psychology is still imperfect and they are also carrying some ignorance. In fact, children can display some really nasty traits which need to be fixed too. But for that, there are different techniques. Today's concern is parents' mistakes. So let's start with fixing them. There can be many unwise things that you do to a child, like attack on their self, suppression of freedom, unfair treatment, irrational rules or decisions, inflexibility in communication, and the list goes on. Today I'll discuss just the first one, attack on their self. You need to stop attacking your child. This attack on their self can be physical, verbal, or non-verbal. First of all physical attacks like beating, slapping, thrashing must be stopped immediately. There is no excuse for those unless done in self-defense. If you beat them, they won't just be angry in that moment, they'll develop resentment which will stay with them maybe for the rest of their lives. It'll make them angry every time they think of the physical abuse. Then we come to the verbal and non-verbal attacks. That is the negative things you do towards them through words and body language. Every parent engages in it to some degree and these attacks are a direct cause of their anger. These must be ended as well or at least reduced to a minimum. If in one line I had to tell you a superb recipe to make your child calm and peaceful, I would say be respectful to your child. If I go to your home and ask your child right now, does your dad respect you? Does your mom respect you? What would their answer be? If their answer is no, you're doing something wrong. Children, especially teenagers, must feel respected or else you'll see anger in them. When they listen to you, if they feel attacked, they'll fight back. And parents attack their children in so many ways. You need to stop all of them. Some examples: stop making sarcastic comments. No, beta, go play PUBG with your friends. That'll get you a lot of marks in exams. Stop doubting them all the time. Save it. I don't believe you're sorry. I know you'll bunk the class again. Enough of your lies. Stop trying to prove them wrong forcefully. The doorbell rang and you didn't open the gate. That's why the courier guy left. Why don't you accept your mistake? Why are you defending yourself? Stop attacking things that they love. It's all because of that stupid girlfriend that you're not interested in anything else. Wish her parents had some control on her. Stop attacking their personality. You argue so much. Why are you so close-minded? Stop attacking their intentions. Look at this, you just enjoy making a mess, don't you? I can't keep cleaning, you don't care about anyone but yourself. Stop attacking their abilities. What mistakes have I made that you're so useless? You can't do one thing right. Stop comparing them destructively. How can you act so dumb? Look at your brother. He also goes to school every day without fighting with other children. Why can't you do it? Etc. During a fight, so many things get mixed up. Today I'm going to tell you something very important, something that you shouldn't do or try during a fight. That is, teaching any deeper ideas and values. During big conflicts, you can at best hope to manage the situation, not fix your child's personality or deeper attitude. It doesn't work that way. Basically, if the environment is not positive, you will not be able to teach your child to be respectful. You won't be able to teach them the value for money. You won't be able to teach them why studies are important or anything. Negative environments are not the time to pass on wisdom, so don't even try. When the other person is angry, annoyed, frustrated, that's not the time to make them understand your point of view about how they need to fix themselves. That's not the time to really get them to sincerely apologize for their bad behavior. Why? Because when someone is angry, annoyed or triggered, emotions take over, rationality is at its lowest, perception is distorted. Their sense of righteousness is at an all-time high. Their need to blame you is also at an all-time high. They are not exactly rational thinking beings in that moment. They are mostly reacting. So yes, you may be really hurt or angry. Yes, you want to fix your child's language right there. Yes, you want your child to learn to be respectful right in that moment. Yes, you want your child to apologize immediately. Yes, you want your child to obey all the commands instantly, but you need to stop wanting this immediate resolution.